Houdini, Dua Lipa. And it's great to hear all these beats and to see the people stepping by and they have to catch a train. And that combination of the rhythm and the beats is wonderful. Here at Eindhoven Loves You, we have a live program of Radio for Brainpod. Parag Gupta, you're joining me today talking about a lot of things these days in the Eindhoven region from the perspective of an international.
That's right. On one of the most beautifully sunny days that Eindhoven has had this year. It's my privilege to be here, Jumpo.
Great to hear and great to have you. We have been talking about tax, the tax system.
Yeah.
There is this saying of de Belastingdienst, leuker kunnen we het niet maken.
Okay.
Makkelijker wel. Do you understand enough Dutch?
Not at all.
Yeah. We cannot make it more pleasant for you, but we can make it easier.
You know, I love how they're phrasing that. And we were talking about housing earlier today as well. And the beautiful combination of these two things, it intersects on that portal that they have, the online Belastingdienst portal for taxation. You know, if you buy a house and then you start paying mortgage on it, there's a certain percentage that is deductible. It's called the interest rebate deduction or a rebate on the interest component of your loan. So the Belastingdienst is very good at explaining all of the entries you have to put into that portal to make sure that you're maximizing all of your allowances. And it makes it very, very crisp and clear. And you know, it's certainly in Dutch, but you can translate it and make it work for you. And I've really always enjoyed this portal. So yeah, a lot of times I do have a tax liability to go to the government, but it makes me feel happier to do it in a way where it's very transparent.
You enjoy the portal. I did some interviews with Steve ten Bokum of the expertservice.nl and I asked him the question, should you dare to call the Belastingdienst because they may want to maximize the revenue for the Dutch government? He said, no. Their assignment is to get it as correct as possible and not to get as much money. That's also a bit your experience, that it's relatively transparent rather than that you have to fight against the system.
I've never experienced something where I had a question mark and I couldn't get it answered. I'll give you two examples. The first is when I went to the actual Belastingdienst location here in Eindhoven, which is huge. It's right across the street from the Technical University of Eindhoven. And I just went and sat in one of these very private rooms and somebody came out and was very kind to me and explained exactly what I needed to do. And I was blown away by that because every time I had spoken to somebody earlier, I was always told that they don't accommodate non-Dutch speaking individuals. And more recently, which was also very pleasantly surprising, was to hear that they have, if I'm not mistaken, an English-speaking phone number. And I don't have it on me, but I saw some post on social media where that might exist now. So for those of you struggling with getting information, please look into that. I'm sure it will be helpful.
One more tip about that, also that we recorded and that you can also watch on our YouTube channel. There are many official Dutch sites and government institutions, and if they give you an answer, that is a legal answer. So what I say is legally binding. There's one exception to that.
What's that?
The Belastingdienst.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have heard that above a certain age, verbal contracts are binding here.